Red light therapy beds versus red light therapy panels. I have 5 reasons why you should choose one over the other. Hey guys, it's Alex here from alexfergus.com. Now, I review a lot of red light therapy devices, primarily panels, but I have reviewed things such as battery powered devices, wraps, and even masks recently. Now, one thing I haven't reviewed, and I often get asked about it, is a red light therapy bed. They look like a tanning bed, you know, where you lie in them, but they emit red light. Well, instead of tanning the skin, the bulbs in it, the LED bulbs, are producing the therapeutic red light that we are all aware of and understand the benefits of. Now, a lot of people ask me, hey, you know, are they better? Should I buy one? Surely, because they're a lot more expensive, they have to be a better product. What are my thoughts? All those sort of things. Now, I'm gonna put a little disclaimer out there. I haven't used one, or have I tested one, or even touched one. No, actually I have touched one. Once in London, they had a Novathor one there, and I had a quick play around with it, but I haven't used one. So keep that in mind as I share my 5 reasons why I think a red light therapy panel is a better option than a red light therapy bed. Let's get into it. Before I begin, I want to give some examples of these red light therapy light beds. Now, the most maybe well-known and also the most expensive red light therapy light bed is from Novathor. This costs, it's around 100,000, maybe 120,000. I've seen all sorts of prices out there. Very high end. That is the one I was fortunate enough to see at an expo a few years ago. Another example is the Mito Red light bed. That I think is about $60,000. Looks quite good on paper, big chunk of money though. And another one is the Rouge Bliss Bed. And that comes in at the moment, I was on their website, it's only about $40,000. I say $40,000, it's still a lot of money. But yeah, those are some examples. When I mention a red light therapy bed, these are the products I'm referring to. Okay, let's get back to the comparison. Okay, so my first reason why I prefer red light therapy panels over a red light therapy bed is because of the size and space considerations. Now, I use a BioMax 900 quad setup. I have 4 of the BioMax 900s all pieced together. I tuck it into the corner of a little gym I've got here, and I stand in front of that, turn around, I can get my full body exposure. That's tucked away in a corner. I don't know what else I'd use in that space. I'd maybe hang some things there or store some things there, but it's perfect. It's out of the way. It's a few inches thick, easy. If I had a bed, I would have to take up a lot of space. I mean, effectively, it's like a single bed, maybe even bigger. It's like a long single, a king single bed. You have to store somewhere, and you can't fold it out of, you can't like lift it on its side or stand it up when you're not using it, because these things are very heavy and there's a lot of electronics in it, so you want to be reasonably gentle with it. My second reason why I prefer panels over a red light therapy bed is because of the ability to multitask when you're using a red light therapy panel. Now, I personally like standing when I use my red light therapy panels. I just assumed everyone did. It's only over the last year or two where I've got a lot of comments from people wanting me to review horizontal stands because they don't like standing in front of the panels. They prefer lying. So I'm going to get to that soon. But personally, I like standing, and when I'm standing in front or on the side, you know, when the panel's in front of me or on its side or behind me, I can do other things. I can have a book, I can be reading something, I could be listening to something, you know, using my phone. I can be doing breathing exercises. Recently, I've been using my power breath prior to a workout, so I'm using that as my warm-up routine while I'm doing my red light. I could do some stretches. I know people who do meditation and yoga, you know, and they sit further away from it, but these new panels are so powerful that they're still getting a benefit from doing it. There's lots of things you can do in front of a panel. You can move around. If someone turns up, you can quickly stop it and walk out and say hi, or whatever it may be. Now, if you're lying in a red light therapy bed, sure, you're lying there, and some people do prefer that. Again, I'll cover that in more detail shortly. But you're stuck there. You're lying. You have lights above you. You have lights beneath you. Sure, you're getting full body exposure, but you can't really do much else. You can't do stretches. You may be able to read a book or a phone in there, but it's going to be difficult. You could probably do some breathing exercises, I guess. If all of a sudden there's a knock at the door, it's you know, you got to get out and stand up. Not that that's a big thing, but I hope you can understand the point I'm trying to make here. It's easier just walking up to a panel, pressing start, reading your book, playing on your phone, whatever, turn around, versus getting into a bed, putting the thing down, and then you're sort of stuck in there. Now, what about those people who prefer lying down when they're using their red light therapy panels? Well, you can now get horizontal stands. I know Platinum LED have a motorized horizontal stand. It would support my quad setup that I have in my gym, and that would allow you to use the machine. You don't have to physically move it. You can use the motor in the stand, so the panels are lying on top of you, and you can roll it out on its wheels and say lie in your own bed or on the floor, wherever you want to use it, and away you go. And then the best thing about that is you can pack it all down afterwards and push it into the corner or into a closet or wherever, and you've still got the space, which ties back to point one. Okay, reason number 3 why I prefer red light therapy panels over a red light therapy bed is because of the much larger product range that you have in the panel space. Now, I say this, but there is a slight exception here, and I'll get to that soon. So anyone who's watched my reviews over the last 6 months or a year or two would know that there are a ton of products out there. There are a ton of red light therapy panel makers out there, and there's lots of new features as well. You've got things such as the ability to dim the lights, to change the wavelengths, what lights are working, which ones aren't. You've now got things like pulsing. Some of them use your app and Bluetooth and all that cool technology. Quite a few options out there. If you want 660 and 850, you can grade that. If you want a panel that only does 660 and 850, you can get that. If you want a panel that has 4 wavelengths, you can get that. If you want a panel that has a lot of 810 for brain health, you can get that. So there's lots of options out there to suit everyone's needs. Now, when you're looking at the red light therapy beds, it's quite a limited product range. I think there's maybe, I don't know, half a dozen, maybe a few more red light therapy beds on the market. Typically though, they are 660 and 850, and that's it. I don't know of any that utilizing pulsing technology. I don't know how much you can customize with these, whether you can drop the intensity and stuff. I do know the Mida red light bed has 4 wavelengths and does have a few more of those advanced options, so that is nice. But really though, if you're looking for a particular product for your benefit, a particular wavelength or a particular pulsing or a particular feature, you're probably going to find it at a better price as well in the panel range than you are in the bed range. Now, before I share my final 2 points, I just want to do a quick shout out to a supplement called PerformanceLab Vision. Now, this product kind of works like you're wearing an internal sunglasses that filters out harmful and damaging blue light rays. Now, blue light rays, you're exposed to them from your phone, from screens, overhead lights. Lots of modern lights are emitting these blue light. This blue light induced macular damage is linked to things such as eye strain, poor vision, blurry vision, and also long-term eye disease problems that we're seeing more and more of today. Now, the vision supplement that I have here is packed full of antioxidants that have been shown to help protect the body, protect the eye from the damaging effects of blue light induced free radicals. One of the key antioxidants in here is a product called FloraGlow. Now, this is a patent marigold flower extract. It has been shown to help with eye retina health and protect against these damaging blue light rays that I was referring to earlier. So if you want to learn more about this product and more about the ingredients in it, I'll put a link to it below. You can go and check it out. Reason number 4, shipping. Now, I don't necessarily mean shipping costs, though that is one factor. I also mean shipping logistics and handling and what you're going to do when that massive bed arrives versus a big box when a panel comes in. Now, I've received lots and lots of red light therapy panels to my door. I've always been able to handle them on my own, which is pretty neat. There has been a few panels that have been tricky, and you kind of wish there'd be someone else there, but end of the day, you get it into the door, you lie it down, open the box, away you go. You hang it up, you stand it up, good to go. With a bed, if you're ordering a bed, you're gonna probably need potentially a little forklift or some sort of machinery to help you move that package. I don't know if they come assembled or not, so there may be some work involved in setting it up. You're also going to pay a lot more to get that shipped to your door. Now, even if the company says, hey, it's free freight, free shipping, you know, you're paying for that at some point, right? So it's going to be worked into the shipping, into the product cost. So another thing to think about, yeah, maybe you can get a team of people or pay someone to help you get it all set up. And I know some companies that do sell these panels do offer that sort of service. So if you are serious about a red light therapy bed, do consider that. Though for most people out there, it's probably going to be easier to get a bunch of panels. Now, even if you want to do something like I have and have 4 BioMax 900s, they come in individual boxes. It's not one big panel like a mattress turns up. You know, it's 4 individual boxes. You clip them all together, easy peasy. Okay, now the last reason, and probably the biggest reason why I personally, and I'm assuming you as well, are going to want to go with a red light therapy panel over a red light therapy bed is because of the price. Now, earlier on, I mentioned a few of these red light therapy beds on the market. And yeah, you heard me correctly. The prices are anything from say $40,000 up to $120,000 or $130,000. Big money. Most people aren't going to be spending that for something that they can get an alternative and a product that works just as well for you know, a fraction of that price. If you went and set up a BioMax 900 quad setup like I have, you'll pay maybe $10,000 for something like that. Now, if you want to go all out and you do have a bit of money and you want something that's going to allow you to have 5-minute, 10-minute treatment times and target all of the front and all of the back at the same time, like a red light therapy bed would, you could still buy 8 red light therapy panels, such as 8 BioMax 900s, clip them all together, have 4 of them in front of you, 4 of them behind you, stand in the middle, and for say $20,000, you have a standing red light therapy bed. You could also look at the product from MitoRed, their MitoRed Perform little mini room. I forgot the name off the top of my head. I've done a video on it. That's where you walk into the room and have big panels in front of you and behind you. Something like that is still going to be a lot cheaper than a bed. And the beauty of those standing products is they take up a lot less floor space. Plus you get all the benefits of having a panel. You know, you can move and turn and all that other good stuff. So 10 to 20,000 for an epic red light therapy panel setup versus 40 to 140,000. It's pretty easy to see why you probably would go down the panel route over the bed route. Okay, so those are my 5 reasons. Now, if you're watching this thinking, hey, Alex, you do realize that these beds aren't really targeted for the individual end user. I know that, I get that. I do appreciate that, right? They're marketed more towards a commercial gym, a health center, maybe, I don't know, an acupuncturist or a masseuse or something, and they've got a bit of room in their clinic and they want to do an add-on service. I totally get that. In fact, some of the companies that sell these beds even help out with the business marketing side of things. So, you know, they may promote you on their website or on their Facebook channels, or may help you with promo materials and all that sort of stuff. So I do get that. However, the reason why I did this video is because I always get asked, well, not always, I'm often asked, hey, you know, I saw your video on the MitoRed, Mito Pro, whatever. You know, what do you think about a couple of them versus a bed? Or another person would say, hey, is a bed really worth the price? Like, are you getting 5 or 10 times the performance out of it? I often get questions and comments like that. So there are individuals out there that do consider these beds. Well, some people out there are paying, you know, $50 a pop to use one of these beds in a gym or in a health center, and then they're asking me, hey, am I better off just taking that money and buying a panel instead, or a bunch of panels? For these reasons are why I did this video. But yes, at the end of the day, these beds are really marketed towards the commercial user who probably has access to a forklift or a bunch of people to help set it up and has plenty of space and is happy paying the, you know, extra costs and all that associated with the bed. For me though, I'm happy with my panels, and I don't plan on reviewing beds anytime soon. I would probably freak out if one of those turned up. I know my wife would as well. I mean, we have enough boxes and panels lying around. If I had another red light therapy bed, it would be pretty crazy. But if I do get access or do get an opportunity to play with one at a health clinic or at an expo, I will take my camera along and be sure to do some filming there as well. So be sure to subscribe if you want to check that out. Otherwise, I'm gonna leave it there. If you have any experience with these beds, or you think of another reason why a panel is better than a bed, or maybe a bed is better than a panel, please leave them below, and I'll be curious to hear what you have to say. All right guys, I'll see you later.